Yes, so my people, I am live again, and this time I am responding to a Muslim who can only see sex in everything. So this Muslim, he actually, we having a dialogue with a Muslim, have nothing to do with sex, and then all of a sudden he start posting Bible verses related to sex. And if we actually look into all these things, what we're gonna see. So um, it is good when a Muslim point things out for us to look into it. And I say look into it keenly because you know that the mind of a Muslim is not the mind of a normal person. And I will tell you that. All these Muslim Dawa preachers, their minds are not the minds of normal person. Their mind is not normal, it's abnormal. So we are going to look into what this Muslims say, and then we are going to see what um, the um, the Bible speak about. So this Muslim is actually um, attacking the Bible, but we are going to see that he's not seeing that he is actually making Muhammad out to be a porn star, because we are going to just show you something that this guy says, and then we are going to compare what he say with who Muhammad is. So if you notice what my name is here, if he Allah, let him go. You know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a piggy by him toe. If he Allah, let him go. We just believe that Islam is comedy. So first thing we're gonna do is I have a video that I would like to share, you know, but we're just gonna hold on for a minute. And so the mind of the Muslim is to find problem everywhere in the Bible. His mind is to go to the Bible and find problem everywhere. It's not in his mind that okay, reason with logic. There is nowhere in his mind that tell him that he should reason with logic. In his mind is everything is to the person who have a pure mind. I think there's a verse in the Bible that says that to the pure, the pure see things things that are pure as pure things, but the one who is evil see evil in everything. So when we look at what this Muslim is saying, we're gonna just reveal to you the mind of a Muslim. So let me see if I could find this video. It's actually this video is actually very, very funny. Very, very funny. I will show you. Let me show you something from this Dawa preacher, and then we'll start here, because this is the mind of a Dawa preacher. Let me show you the mind of a Dawa preacher. It's so funny just dealing with this. Listen to what this guy is saying.
I told you guys so many times, maybe some of you are listening first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls. Jannah, there's girls.
Do you hear what he says? Listen to the guy again.
I told you guys so many times, maybe some of you are listening first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls. Jannah, there's girls. First time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls? Jannah, there's girls. So many times. Maybe some of you are listening first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls?
So their mind has stayed on sex. So the Muslim mind, because of what Muhammad say, the mind of the Muslim is stayed on sex. So they will find sex everywhere. Listen to that.
I told you guys so many times. Maybe some of you are listening first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls? Jannah, there's girls.
He said, in Jannah, what do you want? Do you want girls? In Jannah, there is girls. Listen.
Times, maybe some of you are listening first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls? Jannah, there's girls. There's girls. What do you want? Drink, there's rivers of wine. You want yards, there's yards. Gold brick, silver brick, gold brick, silver brick.
Wow. So if you want girls in Jannah, there is girls. So let's look at what this stupid Muslim is talking about. So we see we are not promised these things in heaven. Jesus never promised us girls in heaven, you know. But we'll see what this Muslim talking about, and then we'll go from there and show you the mind of a Muslim. So I show you right there what that Muslim says. He says, if you want, I'll tell you so many times, if you want girls in Jannah, there is girls. So the Muslim is actually telling you, if you want girls, you can go to this heaven of this God and you will get girls if you want girls. So these Muslims, their minds are on sex, you know, because Islam is a sexual religion and promised them sex in Jannah. And so their mind is on sex. So when they approach the Bible with that mindset, that evil mindset, stayed on sex. So let's look at what this Muslim say, and then we go from here. So here's the Muslim. Let me make sure that you guys are seeing everything the way you should see it. So here's the Muslim, and here is what he posted. He said, Olga Yate. And if you notice the conversation, I will just show you the conversation. It have nothing to do with what he came up with. And this is how their mindset work. So if you look at the conversation, you know, you will see that is nothing. I said, but Muhammad was a notorious liar. I ate April Fool's Day, this guy says. So you see the conversation have nothing to do with sex, nothing at all. And if you look at the post we are talking about, the post is April Fool's Day, dawah for life. Prophet Muhammad said, I guarantee a home in the middle of Jannah for the one who abandons lying, even if he is joking. So I made a video. So the video I make is right here. And Muslims are helping us to see that Muhammad was a clown in Satan's a circus. So, because I show that Muhammad could never guarantee anyone Jannah, because Muhammad says he knows not what will happen to him. So he could not guarantee anyone Jannah. And this is his response. Olga Yate. So let me make sure that you guys are seeing it. And you see his response. I have nothing at all. Nothing at all. This is how naive and stupid this guy is. His response have nothing at all to do with so let me actually do something real fast. So his response, show you his response, and he's right now commenting on this post. So let me copy this so that he can't delete it, because this they are good for these things. So when I copied it, I put it in my Grammarly so he cannot delete it. So if you look at his response to something like that, sexual, very sexual, his response, you know, because I'm here to reveal them. And a matter of fact, I'm going to be more on Facebook, because these idiots need to be revealed. So if you look at his response, to all that, I made a video showing that Muhammad could not guarantee anything to anyone because Muhammad did not know what Allah will do with him. Muhammad was a two-mouthed devil, an evil bastard. And this is how this idiot decided to respond to me. Olga Yates, you may often wonder why is it that in motels and hotels, especially run-down and shady rooms for rent businesses, have kept Bibles in their jars by the bedside? Do you see how stupid this guy is? This guy is a stupid goat. And let me show you why this guy is a stupid goat. Do you think that anybody with a sane mind is thinking that the reason Bibles are in hotel room is because of sex? Only an idiot with a perverted mind would think that Bibles are in hotel room because of sex. Because this is what these idiots' mind are upon. Did you see the video that I just showed you? Where the idiot from the Dawa gang, one of the Dawa gang idiot, let me show you again so that you guys will see where we are coming from. Look what this Dawa gang idiot mind is upon. Look at this Dawa gang idiot. Let me show you what this Dawa gang idiot mind is upon. So you see what is this guy's mind is upon. And let me show you what this Dawa gang idiot mind is upon. Let's show you. Because this is how they are. Their mind is upon sex.
I told you guys so many times. Maybe some of you are listening the first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls. Jannah, there's girls.
So if in Jannah you want girls, in Jannah there is girls. Because these idiots, their mind are stayed upon sex. They are nasty bastard like Muhammad. And we show you that Muhammad's mind was stayed upon sex. And he was a nasty bastard. Let me show you. Because we are here to destroy these donkeys. The Muhammad was a nasty bastard and his mind was upon sex. Let me show you. Muhammad was just a nasty, filthy man and his mind was upon sex. Let me show you that Muhammad's mind was upon sex. Let's reveal this donkey for who he is. Look at this. Look at this. You tell me now how this man is a perfect example for you to follow. According to Surah 33, verse 21, this is the perfect example for you to follow. Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 1, book 4, number 231. I asked Aisha about the clothes style in semen. So Muhammad was walking around with semen on his clothes. But look at this idiot. Let's continue with what this idiot says. Because how is this the perfect example for anybody to follow? A man who is walking around with visible semen on his clothes. So let's get to this idiot's video. He's in the chat ranting and spamming as if we don't think that we are going to cover everything that he says. He's a stupid donkey. Let me show you how much of a donkey this donkey is. Let me show you how much of a donkey. So this donkey says, you may often wonder why is it that motels and hotels, especially run down shady rooms for rent businesses, have kept Bibles in the drawer at the bedside. So this idiot allow his mind to think that the reason that Bibles are in the bedside in hotels and motels are because of sex. Why is it there is Quran in some hotels in America? There is actually Quran in hotels in America here. Why is it? Kenny Obama have this thing where he was trying to replace the Bibles in the hotels with Quran. Why is it that there is Quran in the rooms? Is it because Muhammad was a sexual bastard? Is that why? Who think like this? These Muslims that the reason that Bibles are in hotel rooms, and the reason why there's not only hotel rooms that have Bibles. There is nursing homes that have Bibles. Why is there? Whose mind think like that is because of the few pages about sex in the Bible. That's why Bibles are in hotel room. Who take up a Bible and think about sex? But a Muslim. Who take up a Bible and his mind is on sex when he take up a Bible, but a idiotic Muslim. Did you know that there's a study that shows that Muslim countries are among the countries that watch the most porn? Yes, Muslim countries are among the countries that watch the most porn. If you think I'm lying, let me just Google it for you. So I'm going to put in countries. CORN. And we show you. First one, number one. Let me show you so that you guys could see it. Is a Muslim country. At number one is a Muslim country. When they catch bin Laden, when they kill bin Laden, there was porn in his belongings. When they killed bin Laden, there was porn in bin Laden belongings. Let me show you, because these idiots need to be revealed. So when they catch bin Laden, there was porn in bin Laden belongings. And I will show you the Muslims. Look at this, my friend. And you will see this guy Muslims are the porn watchers of the world. So number one, Pakistan, Egypt, Vietnam, Iran. Look at this, Pakistan, Egypt. Then you have India, which have a lot of Muslim. Morocco, which have another lot of Muslim. Saudi Arabia and Turkey are among the top countries. It's a top 10 most porn watching country in the world. Pakistan on the first position. Pakistan, a Muslim country. Why are you thinking, what would go into your mind that you should go to this place where you're thinking that the reason that Bibles are in hotels is because of the pornography? What goes into your mind that when you take up a Bible, the first thing that comes to your mind is pornography? It shows that your mind is in a dangerous, evil, nasty, dirty, filthy place. Because what? There is sex in every aspect of life. But why is it that what you're thinking about mostly is sex? You are a dirty bastard. That's why you're thinking about sex all the time. You're a totally dirty, nasty bastard. This Muslim guy, I put his name up on the just to reveal his dirty life, because he's a dirty bastard. So you see, Pakistan is the number one porn country. Egypt is among them. Saudi Arabia and Turkey is among them. India have a lot of Muslim. Morocco have a lot of Muslim. Iran is a Muslim country. So Egypt, Pakistan, Iran, Morocco, India, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey are among the top countries in the world watching porn. Why? But yet still these dirty bastards would want you to believe that Muslims are so clean. The reason they cover their women like ninja is because what happened to Muhammad. Let me show you why these idiots cover their women like ninja. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you why these bastards cover their women like ninja. Let me show you. You think everything we do with evidence. We don't just talk like this idiot. We're gonna do with evidence. We're gonna reveal you today. You worthless, stupid bastard. All in your mind is sex, sex, sex. You dirty bastard. Let me show you. Let me show this idiot why their women are covered like ninjas. Jibir reported that Allah messenger saw a woman. So this donkey saw a woman. I see women all the time. On my way to work, coming from work, in my neighborhood, at the mall, at the airport, everywhere I see women. But look at this dumb donkey. And I've seen women dressed in nasty ways. But what do I do when I see a woman dressed in nasty ways? My eyes saw the woman, and I said, Lord have mercy on this woman. And I turn away, never to look again. But look at this dumb, stupid, wretched, nasty bastard of a prophet that these idiots have. Jibir reported that Allah messenger saw a woman, and so he came to his wife Zainab. And guess who is Zainab? The wife he stole from his adopted son and disowned his adopted son as a son. So he came to Zainab as she was tanning leather. So this woman is sweaty, tanning leather, and had sexual intercourse with her. So this idiot saw a woman, could not control himself, so he ran home to the wife he stole from his adopted son to have sex. I got only one wife. And when I see a woman, I don't run on and have sex with my wife. I control myself. And I see women, I don't think about sex. I don't think about sex when I see women. If I see a woman, I say, what the hell is she wearing? Lord have mercy on her. That's what I do. I don't run home to have sex with my wife. But this stupid, nasty bastard who was covered with semen could not control his stupid self. So he ran home and have sex with his wife, the wife he stole from his adopted son, and write a Quranic verse stealing this adopted son's wife. And the woman was tanning leather, and he had sexual intercourse with her. Then he went to his companion and told them. Listen what this idiot went to his companion and told them. The woman advanced and retires in the shape of a devil. What a stupid, worthless bastard. He run home and said the woman advanced in the shape of a devil. The one who look on the woman and lust is the devil, because the Messiah says, he that look on a woman and lust has already commit adultery in his heart with the woman. So Muhammad commit adultery with the woman, and then he's going to say the woman advance and retire in the shape of a devil. No, your dumb, stupid mind. You can't control your mind, you worthless, illiterate bastard. Stupid bastard. So this worthless, illiterate bastard can't control his mind. And that's why these idiots who follow them always thinking about sex. Always. These idiots, all they can think about is sex. So a Bible is beside a bedside because of sex, according to this stupid Muslim. Do you see the mind of a Muslim? The mind of a Muslim is the most perverted, nasty, stupid mind. The mind of a Muslim. Perverted and nasty. So he said the woman advanced in the shape of a devil. So when you see a woman, he should come to his wife for that will repel what he feels in his heart. Do you see, when you see a woman, you should go home to your wife and have sex. So your wife is just a tool to use to have sex when you see women. You see this idiotic religion, stupid bastardry, nasty, niniyama. I don't even know how to describe this nincompoopish religion. So let's get back to this nasty, dirty bastard, the mind of this nasty, dirty bastard. Let's get back to it, because we are here to reveal nastiness. What a nasty bastard. Do you see what he's talking about? So here is the idiot. Let's continue. Let's continue to reveal this idiot, because idiots need to be revealed. What a stupid nincompoop. So what this nincompoop see, you can't allow these nincompoop to escape, because they are idiots. What an idiot, man. So he says, it isn't any secret that the Bible is full of sexual tale. So the reason the Bible is beside the website is because the Bible is full of sexual tale. Essential, it's hardcore pornographic literature. Do you hear what this idiot said? Hardcore pornographic literature. But Muslim love porn, because we show you that Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Morocco is on the list of the most the places, the countries that watch porn the most. Why? Because Muslim can only think about porn. When I read the Bible, I see anything in the Bible. Do I think about porn? No. I think about the life of mankind, what mankind does. And God is not afraid to reveal what man does. It's good for business. So the people put Bible in the hotel room because it's good for business. Do you see how stupid these idiots are? A lot of the Bibles that are in hotel room are not put there by the owner of the hotel. This idiot don't know that. A lot of the Bibles that are in hotel rooms are not put there by the owner of the hotel. They are put there by Christian ministries. That's what they are put there by. And this is how stupid the Muslim is. No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible. Do you see what this idiot says? No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible. But yet still, Muslim countries are the #1 porn countries in the world. Why? Why? They are the #1 porn countries in the world. Why is it? Because they are reading the Bible? Is it because they are reading the Bible? They are the #1 porn consumer in the world? Is that why they are reading the Bible? We have shown where Muslim boys leave their country in all over the world and come to Europe and raping women in Europe. That majority of the population, majority of the rape is done by a small amount of the population. And guess who they are? Young Muslim men raping women in lot of places in Europe. This lady called Hershey actually have that in her book. Shows that Muslim men cannot control themselves and they cannot control their sexual desire. And you will see that. They cannot control themselves. And this is why they have to cover their women the way they cover their women. Let me show you again what this donkey of a Dawa preacher is saying. Let me show you. I will show you again.
I told you guys so many times, maybe some of you are listening first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls. Jannah, there's girls.
So if you want girls in Jannah, There's Jenna who is girls. And listen what this idiot gonna say.
There's girl. What do you want? Drink. There's rivers of wine.
If you want drink, there is rivers of wine.
Yards is yards.
If you want yards, there's yards. What is that talking about? I don't know.
Gold brick, silver brick, gold brick, silver brick.
Gold brick, silver brick, gold brick, silver brick. That means you will be rich in Jana, and you will have all the girls in Jana, and you have all the yards, you have all the wine in Jana. And listen to this idiot.
You can chill, you can party, you can rave.
You can chill, you can party, you can rave. See this donkey religion? This is the donkey religion that they're trying to sell us. Your mind is so consumed by sex that you would say something about heaven. Heaven, you get girls in heaven, you could party, you could chill, you could rave in heaven. Can you imagine this stupid donkey? And this is what this idiot is talking about, sex in the Bible. Who read the Bible, who have a sound mind, read the Bible and get sexual desire from reading the Bible? Who? Only a Muslim. Only an idiotic, dumb, donkeyish, nincompoopish, dour donkey will get sex from reading the Bible. So we're going to go over what this idiot say, because we are not afraid of to reveal idiots. So let's continue with this. Let me continue with this idiot, because we need to reveal this idiot, man. We need to reveal these idiots. So look what the idiot continued. So here is this idiot, and this is what he continued to say. Because we are not afraid to reveal you. You think you were going to come here and say these things and get away with it, you dirty-minded donkey. So, it's good for business. No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible, but it is sure does stir up one's fantasy. So this idiot read the Bible and it stir up his fantasy. Do you see the perverted mind of this stupid donkey? He read the Bible and he stir up his fantasy. Wow, what kind of Muslim is this? And this is his first one. Thou hast played the war also with the Assyrian, because thou art unsatiable. Thou wast unsatiable, yea, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet could not be satisfied. So that's Ezekiel 16, verse 28. When a collected-minded person read that, does he think about sex? No. You know what I think about when I read that? People are spiritually whores. People who disrespect God Almighty. People who Israel disrespecting God Almighty by perverting themselves spiritually to with the Assyrian. And to be real with you, there is another Muslim. There is actually Muslim who get this. Now, to be real with you, there's Muslim who get this. I already react to a video where a Muslim actually get this. And let me see if I could find that video to show you that not all Muslims think as dirty as this dirty bastard. let me show you this. That not all Muslims think as dirty as this bastard thinks. So let me go there and find this video where there a Muslim actually knows what these are talking about. Let me show you that not every Muslim have a dirty mind like this bastard have. So let's go there. S-O-N-G. So I will show you that not every Muslim have a dirty mind like this bastard. Okay, so we're gonna show the video. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let's show you what this Muslim says. Let me show you what this Muslim says, because not all the Muslims are dirty bastards. You know, they are. Some of them are confused, but not all of them are dirty bastards like this one. Let me show you what this Muslim say about certain things in the Bible. You see, this is a Muslim website, Muhammad in Songs of Song Explain. He says, Muhammad in Songs of Songs Explain, Songs of Solomon. And you will see where this idiot is trying to use Songs of Solomon in a sexual way. But look what this Muslim wrote. So the Muslim website is called Proving Islam. You could see it right here. The Muslim website, Proving Islam. And he says, allegory of the love between God and Israel. Do you see that? That's a Muslim saying that. So he's saying allegory of the love between God and Israel. And you listen to him. So he already debunked himself. Why do we know that? Because Muhammad had no love for the people of Israel. Muhammad actually says in the Quran, take not the Jews and the Christians.
Actually know what it's talking about. And they say, look, the contract is real.
So you can see that he do some research. He Googled something. And he see. Okay, let me find it when he's talking. Oh, daughters of Cush. Oh, people outsiders. No. Oh, this and this and this. Shabbat evening. Oh, this is a love relationship between God and Israel, as he admitted. But in Genesis, does it mention daughters of Jerusalem? Oh, daughters of Cush. Oh, this and this Shabbat evening. Bible, there's a common theme. When Muhammad come with 10,000 of his worship, he said, "We humans of the earth, God and Israel." Not on this one. Okay, so let me. Oh, daughters of Cush. Oh, daughters of this. No, it's talking about the daughters of Jerusalem. Gentile will get their salvation from the Jew. And that happened with Jesus. So you see, this is a Muslim providing, I want a part where he is actually explaining what is written there. So look what is written there. What is the meaning and God? So if there's a love relationship between Israel and God, how can you say take not the Jews as your allies? He exploit the people, take from the.
The whole reason, according to the rabbis, the book is even in the canon. Why was Song of Songs put in the canon? According to the rabbis, it was put in the canon because it has this allegorical meaning.
So the rabbis, you will see this Muslim is telling you that the sexual verses in the Bible, like the one that this Muslim in Ezekiel, have an allegorical meaning. You know, you will see with all this video is showing from this guy, he was showing that these sexual verses have allegorical meaning. Look at this. This is from his own. If a man divorced his wife and she leave him and married another man. So let me show you from. But you have look at this. This Muslim. This is a Muslim showing these things. He says, if a man divorce his wife and she leaves him and marry another man, shall he return to her again? Would not the land be completely defiled? But you have lived as a prostitute with many lovers. Would you now return to me, declare the Lord? because there is a love relationship between God and his people. So this Muslim here is actually showing us that this is the Muslim website, not my website. Proving Islam is a Muslim website, and this Muslim actually understand this, that some of the verses in the Bible that talk about sex is actually spiritually talking about God, and it doesn't mean sex. You can see beyond these things. But this Muslim, because his mind is so dirty, he cannot see beyond this thing. But this Muslim, proving Islam, can see beyond these things. And if you listen to...
Would he return to her again? Would not the land be completely defiled? But you have lived as a prostitute with many lovers. Would you now return to me, declares the Lord? So that's just part of the passage I've quoted. You can read the rest here. The point is, the parable of God as a husband and Israel as the wife is in Jeremiah.
Do you notice he keep repeating? So he said the parable of God as a husband and Israel as a wife is in Jeremiah. So this guy understand that these things from the Bible are allegorical, and they should not be taken literal. An adult with an adult mind should know these things. But because this guy on the Facebook is a perverted, nasty, dirty bastard, he cannot see these things. Everything to him is sex. He cannot see these things because in his dirty, perverted mind, all he can see is sex, 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 sex. That's what his dirty, perverted mind is all about. Sex and sex and sex and sex. Do you see that? That's what this Muslim, dirty, perverted mind is all about. Sex and sex and sex. You know, that's what his mind is all about. So what do we see here? You know, what do we see here? Okay, I blocked this idiot Adamo so I could continue my my speech, because this guy is an idiot right now, and I need an idiot on my stuff right now. So what do we see here? When we, and even including his brother, his Muslim brother, when we read these verses, we don't think about sex. What we think about is, though I played the war also with the Assyrian. So what they do, they go, the Israel who is married, spiritually married to Yahweh, to Jehovah, to God, went and followed the Assyrian. They started following the Assyrian God. And we see where the Muslim guy understand it this way. But this idiot, this stupid, sexually depraved, craving, nasty, dirty bastard, see this as sex. So as stir up one's fantasy. Do you see what this idiot wrote right here? Stir up one's fantasy. So when you read this thing, he stir up his fantasy. Can you imagine this? What a bastard, man. What a bastard. You're reading something from the Bible like this, and it stirs up one's fantasy. They commit the whoredom in Egypt. They commit whoredom in their youth. There were beasts pressed, and there they bruise the teeth of their virginity. Still spiritual. So they commit whoredom. What they do, they walk away from God, and because God is their husband. Let me actually show you a verse where I say God is your husband, and it doesn't mean sexually. But these Muslims are so stupid. But do you see the other Muslim? He don't believe that stuff. He don't believe that stuff. And a matter of fact, to get a better understanding from him, I will actually look for the video from his side where I'm not commenting on it. So where we see, he says 17 verses about God being our husband. Now, nothing sexual. For your maker is your husband. Your maker is your husband. What does it mean that your maker is your husband? Your maker is the one that you should please. Your maker is your one that you should please. The Lord of hosts is his name. And the Holy One of Israel is your Redeemer. The God of the whole earth, he is called. So that's Isaiah 54 verse 5. Hosea 2 verse 19. And I will betroth you to me forever. Betroth, that means you'll be married to him forever, or exposed to him forever. I will betroth you to me in righteousness and in justice and in steadfast love and mercy. So God will take you like a wife and love you steadfastly, like how you should love your wife. The Bible said, love your wife as you love yourself. And that's the kind of love that God gives to you. So it is this spiritual way that God loves his people, not in no sexual way. But when this idiot read the Bible, all this idiot can see is sex, sex, sex. So who read the book of Ezekiel chapter 16 verse 28 and think about sex, and it stirs up one's fantasy? Only a stupid Muslim. Only a stupid Muslim read it and it stirs up his fantasy. Because as I show you before, Islamic countries are are among the top 10 porn watching countries in the world. And guess what? Pakistan is number 1. And when they killed bin Laden, guess what they found in bin Laden's possession? Pornography. Pornography. They found in his position. These bastards are that's why Christian Prince called their religion the sex cult. A sex cult. Look at this idiot, what he say right here. Children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes. The house shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. So Isaiah is prophesying something that will happen, and this idiot take it as sex. So Isaiah 13 verse 16, Isaiah is prophesying that their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. So something shall happen to Israel, where their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their women ravished. Did Muhammad do something like that to the Jews? Did Isaiah prophesy about Muhammad? Did Muhammad do this kind of thing to the Jews at Khaybar? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Muhammad, in his war, killed children. Yes, he did kill children, because when they asked Muhammad about the children being killed, what did Muhammad say? They are from among them. They are from among them. When Muhammad is attacking places, he don't care if children were killed. Muhammad, when they said to Muhammad, what about the women and the children being killed in the war? Muhammad said, they are from among them. So you see that Muhammad was careless and he didn't care about who he killed. But that's not the issue. That's not the issue. Muhammad did this, and that's why Muhammad was poisoned. After the stupid idiot attack Khaybar and kill the Jews and take the women, he actually take a young Jewish woman who was like about 16 or something like that, and actually a companion took the woman, and Muhammad took the woman from the companion and have sex with the woman. And after that, his boastful stupid butt decided to eat goat meat from a Jewish woman, and the Jewish woman poisoned him, and he suffered for about 4 years and then died from the poison. When he was dying, he says he feel his aorta being severed from the food he ate at Khaybar. And he says, so this is talking about What is this talking about? A prophecy that Isaiah have, and this idiot sees sex in it. So Isaiah is saying their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. So someone will invade their country. If you read it, that's what the context is all about, and will dash their children to pieces before their eyes. Their house shall be spoiled. So their house shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. That means their wife shall be raped, just like Muhammad did. Let me show you that Muhammad was raping people's wives. I will show you that Muhammad was raping people's wives. Let me just show you that Muhammad was allowing people to rape people's wife. Let me show you that this idiot, when he when he speak, you think that we have no response to that, and that's why they open their stupid mouth and they speak so much, because XEXUALINTERCOURSP. See, you have to put sexual intercourse to find the hadith. Here it is. Here it is. So we will show you. We will show you. Let's find it. It's in okay. So let me show you right here. Let's get there and show you guys. Because these Abdul believe that they have something better than what we have. But these Abdul are sexually depraved, nasty bastard, man. You know, and that's why they keep their mind on sex so much. Okay, let's read these things. Let's show this bastard what he have. Because he really stir me up when he come with this idiot. Stupidity. Let me show you what these bastards have that they don't want you to know about. Okay, so you see right here, from Sahih al-Bukhari, let's make sure that you guys are seeing it, because we are not supposed to be afraid of these bastards. Reveal them, because they are bastards. Sexual depraved, craving, nasty bastard. Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 3, hadith number 432, narrated Abu Said al-Khudri that while we were sitting with Allah's messenger, we said, "Oh Allah messenger, we got female captive as our booty, and we are interested in their prices." That means they're interested in selling them as slaves. What is your opinion? And quote us, interrupt us. So what is your opinion and taking out your penis before you ejaculate? The Prophet says, do you really do that? It is better for you not to do it. Wow. No soul which Allah has destined to exist, but will surely come into existence. So this stupid man is telling his bandits that they should not take out their penis. They should just ejaculate in the women, because no soul with Allah as destined to exist, but will surely come into existence. So this idiot was telling them like, oh, You could ejaculate in them because you will never get them pregnant. That's literally what he was saying. Captured women. And look at it again as we continue. Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 9, hadith number 506, narrated Abu Said al-Khudri that during the battle of Bani al-Mutalik, they, Muslim, captured some female and intended to have sexual relation with them without impregnating them. So they asked the Prophet about coitus interruptus, and the idiot say the same thing. So the idiot says, it is better for you, it is better that you should not do it, for Allah has written whom he is going to be created till the day of resurrection. So this idiot is saying that don't take your penis out. You will never get them pregnant because Allah has written. Allah, there's a special power over you not getting a woman pregnant that nobody else have. A man rape a woman and the woman get pregnant, but you can have sex with a woman, ejaculating them, and they don't get pregnant. What kind of stupidity is this stupid religion? Do you see that? And now listen again. Narrated Buraida, the Prophet sent Ali to Khalid to bring the kumas, part of the war booty. This is what they call it, war, when they invade people's private place and capture women. They call it war. But we know that it is not really war. They were doing offensive jihad. In a lot of ways, they were doing offensive jihad where they attack you for no reason. And I hated Ali. So the man hated Ali, and Ali had taken a bath after having sexual act with a slave from the Kumas. And I said to Khalid, don't you see this? That is Ali. When we reached the Prophet, I mentioned it to him, and he said, oh, Buraida, do you hate Ali? I said, yes. So the man said, yes, I hate Ali because Ali took a slave girl and have sex with it, so he hate Ali. He said, do you hate him? For he deserved more than that from the Kumas. So he deserved more than having sex with a woman. Just having sex with a woman. Take a slave woman and have sex with her. Do you see the stupidity? And you think that's where it ends? That's not where the stupidity ends. Listen this. Abu Shurma said to Abu Said al-Khudri, O Abu Said, did you hear Allah Messenger mentioning about Al-Al's coitus interruptus? He said yes, and added, we went out with Allah Messenger on the expedition to Musalik and took captive some excellent Arab women. So their own Arab women, they captured their own Arab women and calling them excellent Arab women as if they are horses. You know, when you're talking about, oh, these are some excellent race horses. Because they actually believe that slaves are like animal. And you will see this, Asim al-Hakim, the Muslim scholar, he actually says they are like animals. And we desire them, for we were suffering from the absence of our wives. But at the same time, we also desire ransom for them. So we decide to have sexual intercourse with them by observing us withdrawing our male organ before emission of semen to avoid conception. But we said we are doing this act, whereas Allah Messenger is among us. Why not ask him? And the idiot say the same thing. And this is Sahih Muslim, volume 2, hadith 3371. from Sahih Muslim, volume 2, hadith 34-32. The same thing. Listen to this. Having sex with people's wife. Abu Said al-Khudri report that the battle of Hunain, Allah's messenger sent an army to Artas and encounter enemy and fought with them. So they're sending people to fight. That means nobody was attacking you. You were sending people to fight. That is offensive jihad. Offensive jihad. Having overcome them and taken them captive, the companion of Allah messenger seemed to refrain from having intercourse with the captive women because of their husband being polytheists. And another hadith says because their husband were present. Because in the presence of their husband. Then Allah the Most High sent down regarding that a woman already married, except those your right hand possess. So you could have sex with women that your right hand possess without marrying to them. And this is Quran 4 verse 24. So these women have husbands. And here we go again. Abu Said al-Khudri said, the apostle of Allah sent a military expedition to Artas on the occasion of the battle of Hunain. They met their enemies and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captive. Some of the companions of the apostle of Allah were reluctant to have sexual intercourse with the female captive in the presence of their husbands who were unbelievers. So the husbands were there. So when the idiot was talking about the verse that says, their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, their house shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Isaiah 13, verse 16. Isaiah is prophesying against Israel. And he said these things. But this idiot take offense. He take offense by it and see it as sexual. You know, me, when I read that, I'm saying like, oh my God, this is sad. But guess what? When a Muslim read it, he sees something sexual. So I'm reading this verse from Isaiah. Their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their women ravished. And what does this Muslim see? It sure does stirs up one's sexual fantasy. Do you see that? That's what the Muslims see. When you read that verse, that's what he sees. Something that stirs up his sexual fantasy. Can you imagine that? You see what he wrote right here? It sure does stirs up one's sexual fantasy. So you're reading a prophecy from Isaiah that says, their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their women ravished. And guess what this do? Stirred up your sexual fantasy. Do you see that these Muslims are sexually depraved, nasty, dirty bastards? And this is why this video you hear in this stupid video. Look at this video and you will see the mindset of a Muslim. Clean and clear as day. You see the mindset of a Muslim. Look at this stupidity.
I told you guys so many times. Maybe some of you are listening the first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls? Jannah, there's girls. There's girls. What do you want? Drink. There's rivers of wine. You want yards? There's yards. Gold brick, silver brick, gold brick, silver brick. You can chill, you can party, you can rave. You can pay up in Jannah.
You can pay up in Jannah. Gangster Muslim. You can pay up in Jannah. You would pay up. And where does this get this from? From Muhammad. We're going to in a minute. That this idiot is actually speaking the truth about Islam. This idiot is not telling a lie. Look at his face. Look like a Muslim terrorist. Like a terrorist ready to do some evil. You see the evil written all over his face. The one in the middle, the black guy, poor sad bastard. Sitting in the middle with his head down, shame as a donkey. So who can you say this stupidity to? Where could you say that stupidity and it is accepted? Only in Islam that stupid, nasty, dirty language can be accepted. This nasty, dirty, or you could be paid up in Jannah, you could have sex in Jannah. Who think about going to heaven to have sex? But let me show you something that the Messiah says. Let me show you what the Messiah says. So they asked the Messiah a question. When they asked the Messiah a question, and Jesus said to them, "Aren't you mistaken because you do not know the scriptures are the power of God? When the dead shall rise, they shall neither marry nor be given into marriage. Instead, they shall be like angels in heaven." So who's thinking about sex? Who's thinking about sex? You know, it's the mind of these Muslims. And let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. This is the mind of these Muslims, man. So let's continue with this nasty, sex-minded, dirty bastard. Because he really rubbed me wrong. You know, you can go into the Bible that contains so much things. Do unto others as you like them to do unto you. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. All these beautiful things in the Bible. Love your wife like you love yourself. And all you can see is sex. All you can do is take verses out of context to sell sex. So let's continue to look at this stupid, naive wolf. So he continues. He says, thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins, which feeding among the lilies. Bible, Songs of Solomon 4 verse 5. Do I have any problem? Do I have any problem at all with lovers talking about each other? No. Even though this is actually have a bigger meaning. It have more of a spiritual meaning. But do I have a problem with two lovers telling each other about describing each other's body? No, I do not have a problem with that. Let me show you what Muhammad say about breast and see if this, according to the Muslim, it sure stirs one's fantasy. Let me see. Does this stir my fantasy when I read this? No. I see poetry because I'm a poet, and I see poetry of two lovers talking about each other. You know, that's what I see. You know, I don't think about, oh, sex when I think about this, and it stir my fantasy. No, it don't. But let's look at what Muhammad says about sex. Let me make sure I find okay. Let's see. Let's see what Muhammad say about breast and see if it still have the same meaning to this Muslim. Because, you know, the verse says, thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twin, which feed among the lilies. Songs of Songs. And what did this idiot say? He says, it sure does stirs one fantasy. So when you read that, it stirs his fantasy. So look what Muhammad said, and I'm going to show you what is stirring these idiots' fantasy. Let me show you what Muhammad says that is stirring these idiots' fantasy. If that can stir an idiot fantasy, what about this? What about this? Let me see if I find it here. Oh, I think I could find it here quicker. Okay, let me see here. Okay, here is, this is actually from the Quran. So let's read it. Men will be given, and this is why the Muslim is saying, if you want girls, you could get girls in Jannah. Men will be given Oris, beautiful angel-like female creatures whose virginity is renewed each day. Here are some verses. Though shall it be, and we will wed them with Oris, pure beautiful ones. This is talking about in heaven. Did you hear what the Messiah says? There will be no marriage in heaven because we shall be like angel. But look what this dumb book is talking about. Thus shall it be, we will wed them with Oris, pure beautiful ones. And this is from Surah 42, verse 52. Surah 42, verse 52. Now we continue. They shall recline on couches lined with thick brocade, and within each will hang the fruits of both gardens. Therein are bashful virgins who neither men nor genie will have touched, opening their hymens with sexual intercourse before. So no genie or men have ever opened their hymens with sexual intercourse before. Virgins as fair as corals and ruby. And this is from Sunan. This is from Surah 55, verse 54 to 58. And the translator is Dawood. So the first translator was Shakir. Now this translator is Dawood. In each there shall be virgin chaste and fair, dark-eyed virgin sheltered in their tent. Dark-eyed. Wow. You don't want no blonde-eyed woman. You don't want no blue-eyed woman. They got to be dark-eyed, man. Dark-eyed virgin sheltered in their tent when neither man nor genie would have touched. They shall recline and green cushion in and fine carpet. So these women shall just be laying there for you to come in. And that's why this guy says, in Jannah, there will be, if you want girls, there will be girls. We can party, we can rave. And this is Surah 55, verses 70 to 70. So later, Dawood. Here I go again. We created the oars, and made them virgin, loving companion for those of the right hand, that which is coming. Surah 56, 36. So you will have all these oars in heaven. Sex, brothel, sex in the heaven. As for the righteous, they shall surely triumph. They shall be garden and vineyard and high, listen to this part, and I-bosomed, I-breasted. When he said bosom, he means breasted. Did you see where this guy have offense with the book of Solomon? Songs of Solomon or Songs of Songs, talking about the breast of the woman, when he says, thy two breasts are like young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies. So we know that Songs of Solomon is like poetry, and it's between two lovers. So two lovers are talking about each other, and the woman say apart and the male say apart. And this idiot take offense to that and say it sure stirs one's fantasy. But look what we are reading. Look what we are reading from his Quran. He says, as for the righteous, they shall surely triumph. They shall be gardens and vineyard and I bosom virgins. So if I bosom, what it mean? I breasted virgins for companions and truly overflowing cup. Wow. 78, Surah 78, 31 to 33. Translator, Dawood. Do you see that? Now we go to the Hadith. The Hadith is even, oh my father. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet said, the first batch of people who will enter paradise will be glittering like full moon. Wow. And the batch next to them will be glittering like the most brilliant star in the sky. Do you see how stupid this idiot is? Is the moon more glittering than the stars in the sky? Wow. Muhammad was such a donkey. So if you're glittering, the first batch will be glittering like the moon, and the next batch will be glittering like brilliant stars. The first batch is actually less glowing than the second batch. Their art will be as, listen to their arts. Their arts will be as if the arts of a single man. So they will be united in art. Wow. So if one wants to have sex, then the other one must want to have sex because they're united as a single man. Their art will be as if the art of their arts will be as if the art of a single man, for they will have neither enmity nor jealousy among themselves. So they will never have jealousy among themselves. Everyone will have two wives from the Oris. So everyone will have two wives from the Oris who will be so beautiful. What will happen to your wife that you have before? So if you have 4 wives, you will have 2 more wives. Wow. And Muhammad, who have 11 wives, will have what? Yeah. Everyone will have 2 wives from the Oris who will be so beautiful, pure, and transparent. So these women, you can see through the women. Every vein in their body, you can see it. Every bone in their body you can see. He says, transparent, that the marrow of their bone of their leg will be seen through their bones and their flesh. Wow. Wow. Sahih Bukhari 4, volume 4, hadith number 476. Oh, wow. Do you see this craziness? Listen to this. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah said, the first group of people who will enter paradise will glitter like a full moon, and those who follow them will glitter like the most brilliant star in the sky. They will not urinate. They will not urinate, man. They will eat food and drink wine, but they will not urinate. They will be constipated. Hey, look at this again. They will not urinate, relieve their nature, spit, or have any nasal secretion. So they will not urinate. So they will they what and they will not relieve nature. So they will be constipated. Because according to Muhammad, they will have food in Jannah. The first meal of the day is a lobe of fish liver. Can you imagine? A lobe of fish liver is the first food you eat in Jannah. Wow, exotic. Their combs will be of gold, and their sweat will smell like musk. So they will sweat, but they will not urinate. Muhammad was a donkey, man. You will sweat, but you will not urinate. Maybe your food come to your sweat. And your urine come to your sweat. What a donkey. The aloe wood will be used in their centers. The aloe wood. Their wives will be Oris. All of them will look alike. Wow. So, man, you got my wife. That was my wife. This not your wife. I mark her with a pen. The first pen that Allah create. I mark her with a pen. This is not your wife. So guess what? Muhammad is saying. Let me show you what Muhammad is saying. Listen what Muhammad says. Remember when Muhammad says there will be no they will have one art. You remember when Muhammad said they will have one art? Their arts will be as if the art of a single man, for they will have neither enmity or jealousy. But all their wives will look alike. So what is that telling you? All their wives will look alike. And there will be no jealousy. They will be sharing wives. If your wife look like my wife, and I cannot tell my wife different from your wife, what do you think is going to happen? And guess what? All their arts will be as if the art of a single man, for there will neither be enmity or jealousy among themselves. And everyone will have two wives from the Oris. So everyone will have two wives, and guess what? Their wives will be Oris. All of them will look alike and will resemble their father Adam in stature. Oh, these wives will be so big. 6 cubits tall. Wow. I hope you will be 6 cubits tall too, because you would have to climb. Bukhari, volume 4, number 544. Also, Sahih Muslim 5, number 6793. Do you see this stupidity, man? The great Islamic scholar Ibn Kathir comment on Surah 78:33. Surah 78:33. And vineyards and Kawa ibn Atrab, meaning wide-eyed maiden with fully developed breast. So this idiot have a problem with thy breasts are like two young roes that are twin, which feed among the lilies. So this idiot have a problem with that. But do you see what Ibn Kathir, Islamic scholar, is saying? He says, and vineyard and Kawa Ib Atrab. So let me make sure that you guys can see what we are talking about here. So you guys see that we are not making up anything. So the great Islamic scholar Ibn Kathir comment on Surah 78:33, and vineyard and Kawaib, if that's the spell, Kawaib Atrab, meaning wide-eyed maiden with fully developed breasts. Ibn Abbas, Mujahid, and others have said Kawaib. This means round breast. They mean by this that the breasts of the girls will be fully rounded, not sagging. Wow. What a religion. Because they will be virgin, equal in age. So these women will be equal in age, and all of them will look alike. So you can't tell your wife different from the neighbor's wife. Wow. What a catastrophe. Wow. Listen to what this tafsir says, and 44:54. Although the inmates of right, you must call it inmates. What could it be? The inmates of paradise, man. It must be inmate, because nothing will not be legally obligated to observe the precept of Sharia that suppose the Syria, the purpose of marriage will be honored, will be to honor them. Sorry. Therefore, this should not raise any objection if the word is taken into the first sense. Or is having big eyes will be given as life partners to the men of paradise. The Oris in this case will be granted to them as a gift. There will be no need for contract of marriage as done in the world. So there won't be any marriage to them. Wow. Listen to this. Listen to this. One of Muhammad's more interesting sexual statement dealt with the amount of time a man can have sex in one's day in paradise. And this idiot is talking about sex in the Bible. This idiot is talking about sex in the Bible. A man will have intercourse in paradise with his wife from among al-Aleen, the whores, and his wives from among the people of this world. So he got wife from among the people of this world, and he have wife from among the al-Aleen. We sound more like whores. If they enter paradise with him, if his wife enter paradise with him, a man will be given the strength of 100 men to eat, drink, feel desire, and have sexual intercourse. It was narrated from Anas. The prophet says, the believer in paradise will be given such and such strength for sexual intercourse. Wow. He will ask, oh, messenger of Allah, will he really be able to do that? He says, he will be given the strength of 100 men. And you remember Muhammad say he have the strength, that he had the least sexual strength. And Gabriel gave him a pot of Viagra that gave him the sexual strength of, 40 men. I think he says 40 men. And his companion says Muhammad have the sexual strength of 30 men before all that. Narrated by Al-Tirmidhi, number 2459. He said it is Sahih. Sunnah Al-Tirmidhi, number 2459. And you know where you can find this? You know where this can be found? Islam Q&A. Islam question and answer. The same site that say a man will be able to be presented in multiple places at the same time, just for sex. So do you see? What is this Abdul talking about? How can this Abdul compare? Do you want, and then he asks me, do you want more? While it is no hidden secret that the Bible contains some of the most perverted, gross, indecent stories of sexual decadence in history, most people are unaware as to the severity of its contents. Do you see how stupid this idiot is? And we are going to go to the comment section and look at some of what this idiot is talking about, because we're not going to shy away from this idiot. So let's start at the beginning of what this idiot say. So and he repeating his stupid self. You may often wonder why that motel and hotel, especially rundown and shady room for rent business, have kept Bibles in their jar. So this idiot, his mind is so perverted that he believes that Bibles are kept in the jars because of sex. You know, this is how perverted his mind is. And he actually sell himself out. He actually sell himself out, because according to what he says, look what he says. Let me actually copy piece of what he says. Let me put a part of what he says. Let me put part of what this idiot says. So I'm copying what he says, and I'm going to put it there so that you guys could see how stupid this guy think. So here I'm posting what he says. So let's look at what he says. And it is as critical. This is what he says. No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible. That's what he says. No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible, but it sure does stir one's fantasy. So this idiot is reading these verses that he gave in the Bible, and his fantasy is being stirred. What a stupid, naive, illiterate, some dumb donkey this is. So this donkey actually says, and when he brought them into eat, he took hold of her and said to her, come lie with me, my sister. And you know what this guy says? Make it look like it was a brother and a sister, a literal brother and sister. No. Any Israelite is called, if a woman is a sister of another Israelite. I think this is talking, if you look at it, this may be talking about, I can't remember who is this talking about, but we look at it and see what it says, and then we could find out who he's talking about, because we don't, as Christians, we don't put our mind on these kind of activities that these Abduls try to find. And when he brought them in to eat, he took hold of her and said unto her, come lie with me, my sister. Even if it's his real sister, this is not a commandment of God. This is something that God revealed to us. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do you see what the woman said? No such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. So the woman is saying none of this thing is supposed to be done. Where do you think the woman get her morality from? From who? God Almighty. And I, whither shall I cause my shame to go? And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. So the woman is telling like, hey, no, let's not do this. You shall be like one of the fools in Israel. Now therefore, I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he shall not withhold me from thee. So what is this happening here? What is happening there? You could tell that they are not brothers and sisters. They're not literal brothers and sisters, because we see in the Bible where Lot, we know who Lot is. Do you guys know who Lot is? Lot is the nephew of Abraham, and we see where Lot is called the brother of Abraham. Let me show you that verse if I can find it. Let me find it for you. Let me show you. In Genesis 14, verse 9, verse 14. Genesis 14, verse 14. And you see right here where somebody want to know why this happened. So let's share this with you. Why is Lot? So let's take this off for a minute. So the person want to know, why is Lot called the brother of Abraham? Because they share a common ancestry. If you share a common ancestry, like I could call an African my brother because I believe we share common ancestry. If I see a Nigerian, I could say, hey, what's up, brother? I see a person from Ghana, I could say, hey, what's up, brother? A person from Jamaica, any Jamaican, I could say, hey, what's up, brother? And do I mean that he is my brother? Yes, I do mean that he is literally my brother, because I do believe that we share similar ancestry. And so let me show you. Here is a person asking the question. So if you see this here, a person asks the question, what is the explanation for Lot being called Abraham's brother in Genesis 14, verse 14, when he was in fact his nephew? And somebody answered, in Genesis 9, God explained blood guilt to Noah, saying, I will demand an accounting for the life for another human. The word render human being is in this case is act, ACH, brother. So we all of us are brother. Genesis 25 verse 18, it speaks of the descendant of Ishmael settling from Avila and Assyria near or against all his brothers. So if you are of common ancestry, you can be seen as a brother. But what we are seeing, let's get back to what the Muslims say. We are going to go back to what the Muslims say. So what we see here is this man want to sleep with an Israelite woman, and the Israelite woman, who could never be his biological brother, because the Bible is against one having sex with their biological brother. The law of Moses says you should not have sex with your biological brother. So let's see. We look at this, Leviticus 18. So if we look at Leviticus 18, do not have sexual relationship with your sister. either your, so you see, Leviticus 18 tell us, 18 verse 9, do not have sexual relationship with your sister. So let me show it to this idiot. So they were not literally sisters and brothers. They were sisters and brothers because of relationship, because of like, as I say, Lot is called the brother of Abraham, but we know that Lot was not the literal brother of Abraham, but he was Abraham's brother because what? They came from common ancestry. They came from Noah. Noah was a great grandfather of Abraham. Noah was a great grandfather of Lot. So they are brothers, literally. They are brothers, but not brothers by, say, the same father, but they are brothers. So if we look at Leviticus 18, do not have sexual relationship with your sister, either your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether she was born in the same home or elsewhere. So actually, let me share that so that you guys could see that. We're going to share that so you guys could see that. So when they are called brothers, we know that they are not biological brothers. So we see that here. Everybody seeing that there. What the Bible says. Do not have sexual relationship with your sister. So if the woman, notice what the woman is telling this man. So notice what the woman is telling this man. So let's go and see what the woman is telling this man. Even though they are called sisters. She said to the man, no, my brother, do not force me. Because the guy, what the guy want? The guy want to have sex with her without marriage. Just like Muhammad used to have sex with women without marriage and allow his men to have sex with women without marriage. The guy want to have sex with this woman without marriage. But this woman is called his sister, but we can tell that it is not his biological sister. And why do we know that? And when she had brought them in unto him to eat, he took hold of her and said to her, come lie with me. Mean come and actually have sex with me, my sister. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. No such thing ought to be done in Israel. What mean? You are not supposed to have sex outside of marriage. That's what she's telling him. They are not literal biological brothers and sisters. And we'll show you why I know that. Do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. She said, don't be foolish. And I, whither shall I cause my shame to go? She says, how do I get rid of my shame? How can I get rid of this shame? As far as thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. So if she's saying, if you lay with me in this way, you shall be one of the fools in Israel. Now, therefore, I pray thee, speak to the king. She's saying to him, speak to the king, for he will not withhold me from thee. He will not withhold me from thee. In what? Marriage. In marriage. Albeit he would not hearken. Albeit he would not hearken unto her voice. So he would not hearken unto her voice. He would not hearken unto her voice. Being strong, he actually raped her. So he raped her. Is this something bad about the Bible. No, the Bible reveals the evil of men and it reveals the good of men. Everything is for our knowledge. Everything is for our learning. So when you see this in the Bible, what does it do? Notice what this Muslim say happen when you read the Bible. Let me show you what this Muslim say happen when you read the Bible. No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible, but it sure does stir one's fantasy. Wow. So when you read a story like this, it stirs his fantasy. Oh, man. What an evil bastard this is. It stirs his fantasy. Like for me, when I read a story like this, I'm saying, oh my God, what he did to the woman. Like, you know, I said, man, this guy was evil. But he stirred this idiot fantasy. Momo said Abdul's allowed to have sex with watermelon. And animals were there. Are no women or girls present. In Islam, it actually said that you could have sex with a watermelon, and that's true. And animal. They said they must be washed. Instead of say they must be killed, he said if a man penis enter the anus of an animal, he must be washed. What your penis doing in the anus of an animal? There's actually a fatwa that says if a man penis enter the anus of an animal, he must be washed. What is your penis doing in the anus of an animal? I don't know about this religion, man. So for me, when I read this, I'm saying, you know, God revealed the evil of man for us to see how evil men were. And for not only were, for all to see how evil men are. And for us to look at how desperately evil men are. And learn from their evil. Learn from their evil. Muslim women are allowed to use cucumber to relieve themselves. Oh boy. But we are seeing the evil. We are seeing the evil of this religion. Because how could you make a statement like that? No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible. When you read that verse about that guy raping that woman, what do you gain from that? When you read the news about a guy raping a woman, what do you get from that? Do you get stirred in your fantasy? Do you get stirred in your fantasy when you read about rape? This is how evil Islam is. A very evil religion that a Muslim gonna say no one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible. The Bible that tell you this. Let me show you what the Bible says. Let me show you what the Bible says. Show you what the Bible says. And this idiot jump over all that the Bible says. This idiot jumped over all that the Bible says. And you know what he landed on? Know what he landed on? When God is revealing the evil of man, and to him, it arose his fantasy. It is sure does stir up one's fantasy. Do you see how stupid this donkey is? Your religion turn you into a sex crave nasty bastard. That's what your religion turn you into. Now, if any one of you here read this, what does this say to you? Tell me. I want to hear. Corinthians 6 verse 9. Do you not know that the wrongdoer will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Neither the sexually immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men who have sex with men. And this idiot says The Bible, when he read the Bible, let me tell you what he get from the Bible when he read it. Let's go and see what this idiot get. No one gains sexual morality from reading the Bible, but it sure does stir one's fantasy. Because guess what this idiot is reading? All these verses in the Bible, and he's putting his sexual thoughts into these verses. Putting his sexual thoughts into these verses. You know, so this idiot here says, Olga Yates, a big shame on you for not receiving my call. Yesterday, I revealed you as an idiot. You know, I don't need you to reveal you as an idiot 2 days in a row. But anyway, let's show you what Islam is about. Then we finish this video. Let me show you what Islam is about.
I told you guys so many times, maybe some of you are hit this in the first time. Wallahi, in Jannah, what do you want? You want girls? Jannah, there's girls. There's girls. What do you want? Drink. There's rivers of wine. You want yards? There's yards. Gold brick, silver brick, gold brick, silver brick. You can chill, you can party, you can rave. You can play up in Jannah. Jannah is so banging. Look what Allah said.
He said Jannah is so banging. You could pay it up in Jannah. You get gold brick, silver brick. You want girls? There is girls. You want girls? There is transparent girls in Jannah. So if you want a girl, you could get a transparent one. If you want girls, you will get a transparent girl in Jannah, man. Oh, what a controversy. Do you see the idiot? Do you see what this idiot? Let me tell you. Let me show you what kind of girl you will get in Jannah. And then we will close this off. Because we are here. We are just here to reveal idiots, man. That's all we are here to do. Let me show you the kind of girl this guy talking about. Let me show you. Let me show you the kind of girl that this guy is talking about. Everyone will have 2 wives from the Oris, who will be so beautiful, pure, and transparent that the marrow of their bones of their legs will be seen through the bones to the flesh and the flesh. I was say black the butt. Oh boy, if I know how to black these people, I would black it. Let me see how you can black a butt. Black user. Okay, I see. Thank you, sister. Now I learn a lot of stuff. I'm learning from you guys. I need to make some people moderators so they could do some of these things. The channel is increasing, so it's time to get at least a couple moderators. So you see, this is why I say Islam is a religion for idiot. Then he look. He found out that so he's talking about Samson, and Samson went to Gaza and saw that harlot and went in and unto her. So the Bible is revealing that Samson sleep with the harlot. That's the truth. Why is your Quran not talking about the muta marriage and the other marriage of paying women to sleep with you? Why is it? We don't have a problem with the Bible showing the weaknesses of men, because even today there are many men who are having sex with harlots because they did not learn from the Bible. And what was the end of Samson because of his behavior? He ended in a bad way because of his behavior. When you follow God, you don't end in a bad way. You know, you don't end in a bad way. The Bible doesn't idolize men like the Quran and Islam idolize men. I actually make a video earlier this morning where a Muslim eat Muhammad's stool, actually eat the feces of Muhammad, because you guys idolize Muhammad to the point where you eat Muhammad stool. And then he comes again with the story of Lot, where the firstborn of Lot went and lay with his father. The Bible doesn't hide what people do, idiot. You don't realize that the Bible doesn't hide what people do. It reveals what people do. You know, why is it that your Quran never shows that your prophet sleep in a grave with his aunt? Why is that? Because your Quran is a book of lie. It's other resources have to reveal what your prophet did. Other sources have to reveal what your prophet did, because your Quran will never reveal what your prophet did. You know, the life of your prophet is not in your Quran. You know? And then this idiot go to the book of Genesis and show that someone Reuben lay with his father, with his lay with Bilhah, his father concubine, and Israel and the son of Jacob were 12. We have no problem with God showing the evil of men, God showing what men do. We have no problem with that, my friend. It's only you Muslims who have problem with God revealing the evil of men. And then let me show you something, stupid Abdul. I will show you something. I will show you something, what your prophet did. The book of, let me show you what your prophet did. Let me show you what your prophet did, because we are in the business of revealing stupid Abdul. So we'll show you what your prophet did. So let's reveal what your prophet did. Let me show you. Let me show you what your prophet did, because we are in the business of revealing idiots. So we are going to show you what your prophet did. Take note, because we are not. Here we go. It's coming to you, my friend, what your prophet did. So look at this comment showing you what your prophet did. You are talking about Genesis 35, verse 22. That is a part of, what is that a part of? That verse is a part of what? That verse is a part of that verse is a part of the Torah. And let me show you what Muhammad did. I don't know why it won't post what I wanted to post. Okay, here we go. Muhammad boasted that his God gave the Torah. Quran 3, verse 3, and Quran 5, verse 44. Muhammad once took the Torah and he placed it on a cushion he was sitting on. He talked to the Torah saying, I believe in you. So Muhammad is saying that he believed in the Torah. And guess what? That very verse about Reuben laying with his father's concubine is in the Torah. And where do we get this from? Sunan Abu Dawud 42:49 and Sunan Abu Dawud 44:49 and Sunan Abu Dawud 44:31. And my sister says this Surah 10, verse 94 confirmed the Bible. Muhammad took the Torah, talked to the Torah, and he said to the Torah, I believe in you and the one who reveal you. So when you are doing this, when you are saying, let me show you, when you are saying, this, I'm blocking these robots. I hope I didn't block the wrong person. So when this Muslim is saying, let me show you what he's saying. When he's saying somebody sleep with their concubine, and all this stuff, like this one, and Judah saw there is a daughter of certain Canaanite whose name was Susa, and he took her and went in unto her. So if when Judah went in, this is a part of the Torah. And what did your prophet say about the Torah? What did your prophet say about the Torah? And you can prove to us that there is another Torah. This is what your prophet say about the Torah. Muhammad boasted that his God gave the Torah, and he once took the Torah and placed it on the cushion that he was sitting on. He talked to the Torah saying, I believe in you. And where do we get that from? Sunan Abu Dawud 44:49, 44:31. So so we know that we don't have a problem with God revealing the evil of men, and we don't have a problem with God using certain language to speak to men. We don't have a problem with that. Only Islam have problem with that. You know, and you say that you can pretend Islam is a mess. He says Quran comes to confirm the previous scripture. Yes, he did. You know, and he took the Torah, put it on a cushion. He talked to the Torah. He said, I believe in you and the one who reveal you. And the Torah of all these things. And when they're talking about the Torah, it could be the extended Torah, which include the Tanakh, and it could also be the Torah of Moses. It could be that. So we don't know which one he took and put on the cushion, but according to the Islamic sources, Muhammad confirmed the Torah. He confirmed the Torah, the same Torah that these idiots are speaking out against. Muhammad confirmed that Torah. The same Torah that this idiot is speaking out against. Do you see that? So we don't have a problem with seeing certain things in the Bible. So here's another one, still from the Torah. And Judah said to Onan, go in unto your brother's wife and marry her. And do you see how deceptive this idiot is? There's a custom in Israel where if a man died and did not leave a male child, the brother should give him a male child. So when Onan died, no, not Onan, sorry, when I can't remember the name of the brother. When Onan's brother died, Judah the father said to Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife and marry her. Go marry your brother's wife and raise up seed to thy brother. So he said, go marry to your brother's wife, raise up seed to your brother. And guess what? There is logic behind this. There is a logic behind it. Why there is logic behind it? Because children were the pension for their parents. Children were the pension for their parents. There was no system like what we have today in the United States where you get old and you got Social Security. No, you get old, your children are your pension. Your children take care of you. So the brother have no children, but he have a wife that is left behind. And a lot of times, men did not, in the society, men did not want to marry to women who already married. They want to marry to women virgins, just like Muhammad married to Aisha. And this man have a brother. Did you know that? This man have a brother, one of Muhammad's companion, have a brother, and the brother died and leave this man some nieces to take care of. So the man decided to marry to an older woman who can take care of these nieces. And Muhammad said to the man, why didn't you marry the virgin so you can fondle her? Muhammad actually said to the man, why didn't you marry to a virgin so that you can fondle her? The man make a wise choice in marrying to an older woman, a woman who is mature, who can take care or help him to take care of his brother's children, because his brother died, leaving these children on him. And Muhammad is saying to the man, why didn't you marry to a virgin? Let me actually show you that. All these things in the Bible, have a purpose behind them. When you look at it, when you look at why Judah said to Onan, marry to your brother's wife. The woman have no offspring. The woman have no children. So the custom is, if your brother died without children, have a wife died without children, the brother of you need to marry to your brother's wife and give your brother's wife children and raise up children for your brother. So these children would take care of their mom, and these children would actually be acting as your brother's offspring. They won't be your offspring, they will be your brother's offspring, because that's a role they will play as your brother's offspring. That's why when you see some certain things in the Bible, you cannot say it's a contradiction, because when he says, if a person said Joseph is the father is Eli, and another place it said Joseph father is Jacob, you don't know why it is written that way, because brothers were giving children to their brothers. So Joseph's father could be Jacob, literally, and could be Eli, who is Jacob's brother, because Jacob have the children and give the children to his brother, and the brothers are raised as the children of the dead brother, not the children of the living brother, whose actual children they are. There's so much custom in the old Jewish, old Jewish tradition that these Abduls don't know, but they're running out of their stupid mouth. So let me show you a hadith where this a man died and leave his brother some children. So let me show you. While we were returning from, let me make sure this is it. Okay. So he said, what makes you in such a hurry? I replied, I am newly married. He said, did you marry a virgin or a matron? Did you see how stupid Muhammad was? I replied, a matron. He said, why didn't you marry a young girl so that you can play with her and she with you? So a adult cannot play with an adult man. Adult man, you cannot marry to a young, a mature woman and she play with you. So a mature woman cannot play with her husband. Only a young girl, only a baby, a 9-year-old baby can play with you. So when we were about to enter Medina, the Prophet said, wait so that you can enter Medina at the night. So let me see, this may not be the one, but what Muhammad is saying here, why didn't you marry a virgin? So the Prophet said, wait so that you may enter Medina at night, so that the lady of unkempt ear can comb her ear, and the one whose husband have absent may shave her pubic ear. Oh, wow. The stuff that Muhammad talk about, man, it don't even make sense. Oh, boy. And let me see. There's a hadith. There's a hadith that says, the man married to, okay, so here it is. I maybe I've made some mistake in it. I think his father was the one who died. According to another report narrated by Al-Bukhari, 2805 and Muslim 715, he said, Messenger of Allah, the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, said to me when I asked his permission to participate in jihad, have you married a virgin or previously married woman? I said, previously married woman. He said, why didn't you marry a virgin whom you could play with and she could play with you? Wow. I said, oh, Messenger of Allah, my father has died. So it was his father who died, not his brother. My father has died and I have young sisters. So I did not want to marry someone like them who would not discipline them or take care of them. So they were marrying to women, not women, children who can't even take care of their own self. So I marry a previously married woman who can take care of them and discipline them. Muhammad is telling the man that he should have married to a virgin. Do you see how Muhammad was such a dumb donkey, man? Telling people to marry to virgin, you know. So what we are trying to say is this: when the Muslims say, look at this, when you look at this verse here and you see bad in it, what I see good in it. This because the Muslim is looking from a devilish mind. Judah said to Onan, go in unto your brother's wife and marry her and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed would not be his. So you see that Onan knew that the seed would not be his. He knew that the seed would be his brother's seed. And it came to pass that when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it out on the ground, lest that he would give seed to his brother. Do you see how evil this man is? So the custom is to give seed to your brother. But you go in and you have sex with your brother's wife, who is dead, and you're married to your brother's wife, have sex with her, and then should give your brother seed, to give your brother offspring. And what you do, you have sex with her, then during the sexual intercourse, you violate her in that way. But instead of giving your brother seed, you spill on the ground. God is revealing to us the evil of man. And what this Abdul, let me show you what this Abdul called this. Let me show you. No one can gain sexual morality from reading the Bible, but it sure stirs one's fantasy. So when this idiot read this verse, he didn't see the evil of Onan's of Onan in the verse. He didn't see the evil of Onan in the verse. What he saw is something that stir his fantasy. Wow. And this is the evil of Islam, man. Totally evil religion. They cannot even look and see any good in things, any good at all in things, and no good in things. And the one Muslim that I quote for you guys that actually see anything in this is the first video that I showed to you. The first video that I showed to you, where this Muslim guy, his name is Proving Islam. He's the only one who I've quoted so far from an Islamic source that make any sense. Even though he was lying, he was using that to lie. But he's the only one who make any sense at all. Only one who make any sense at all. The only person who make any sense is this guy. Only person who make any sense is that guy. So let me show you something that the guy, the Muslim, and then I will finish, says. So we're just gonna show something that this Muslim say, and then I will finish the live stream. So, like a verse, let me just put this verse out here so that you guys could see, like a verse like this one that this guy put. This verse that this guy put here, this one. Thou hast played the war also with the Assyrian. Look at how this Muslim understand it. This is a Muslim, and look at how he understand these verses. But this Muslim here, his mind is full of sex. Listen to this.
Put in the canon because it has this allegorical meaning, right? So this book was controversial. There was debate about whether it should be in the Bible in the first place. And the reason it was accepted into the Bible, as pointed out in the Mishnah, this is what the rabbis tell us, the reason it was accepted as part of the Bible is because it was understood to actually be speaking about the love between God and Israel. So here you can see that this is why it's in the canon according to the rabbis. And this rabbinic interpretation that it's actually about the love between God and Israel is actually quite biblical, right? The rabbis didn't just make this up. Oh, let me just make it up that it's about God and Israel. No, they got it from the Bible itself, because this sort of parable and this example of God as the husband and Israel as the wife is throughout the Bible. Right? It's not just some random thing they made up for Song of Songs. It's a theme, a constant theme throughout the Bible. So, for example, Jeremiah 3. If a man divorces his wife and she leaves him and marries another man, should he return to her again? Would not the land be completely defiled? But you have lived as a prostitute with many lovers. Would you now return to me, declares the Lord? So
if this other Muslim had read this, he would have seen sex in it. Guess what he would have seen if he read this verse? If this Muslim that we are talking about, if he read this verse, guess what he would have seen? I'm quoting from him. This is what he would have seen. No one can gain sexual morality from the Bible, but it sure stirs one's fantasy. His fantasy would be stirred if he had read that verse. The same verse that this Muslim is reading right here. If this Abdul had read it, it would have stirred his fantasy. If he had read, if a man divorced his wife and she leaves him and marry another man, should he return to her again? Would not the land be completely polluted or defiled? But you have lived as a, if you see this part that says, but you have lived as a prostitute with many lovers, would you now return to me, declare the Lord? Guess what this idiot would see? Sex. And it would have stirred one's fantasy. So his fantasy would have been stirred. But his Muslim brother, when he read it, guess what it does to him? He knows what it means, the actual truth.
That's just part of the passage I've quoted. You can read the rest here. The point is the parable of God as a husband and Israel as the wife is in Jeremiah.
And
right?
and look again. Let's go back a little bit to show you. If you read the rest of the verse, look unto the barren height and see. Is there a place where you have not been ravished? That's what the verse is saying. By the roadside, you sat waiting for lovers, sat like nomad in the desert. You have defiled the land with your prostitution and wickedness. And this idiot would see sex in these things. But guess what? His fellow Muslim and I seen spiritual allegory, seen a spiritual allegory. We see God speaking to his people in a way as if he's the husband of his people, and the action, their idolatry and their disobedience is infidelity, just like cheating on your spouse. That's what these verses are about. But if you look and see the guy continue, you will see
God as a husband and Israel as the wife is in Jeremiah, right? Hosea uses this parable as well. Hosea 2, rebuke your mother, rebuke her, for she is not my wife, and I am not her husband. Let her remove the adulterous look from her face and the unfaithfulness from between her breasts. Otherwise, I will strip her naked, etc., etc. So
if you read that, if the stupid Muslim, not this guy, the other stupid Muslim, because this is a Muslim, if the other stupid Muslim had read this, guess what the other stupid Muslim would have seen? He would have seen sex, 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 sex. While the real person with a real good intention, with this Muslim, he didn't read this, he didn't find this out on his own. He is reading what the rabbis saw in these scriptures, because he did, you could tell that he did extensive study in order to claim to refute inspiring philosophy and David Wood. That's what he's trying to refute, but you see my video shows that he's an idiot too, but at least he did some research to find out that these verses are not literally talking about prostitution and adultery, literal adultery and literal prostitution, or literal whoredom. It is actually talking about spiritual whoredom, spiritual prostitution, and spiritual adultery. Let her remove the adulterous look from her face. That mean that desire, that they let her remove that desire to wander after pagan gods, because your husband is, Israel is likened unto a woman, and her husband is God. So she must be faithful to God, and she should take away that adulterous look, the desire to wander from God, and the unfaithfulness from between her breasts. If this idiot has seen this between her breasts, then she is think about sex. What I think about, her heart. Take away the unfaithfulness from her heart. Between your breasts mean your heart. But this idiot would have seen sex, and otherwise I will strip her naked. Guess what this idiot would have seen? This would have seen God talking about stripping a woman naked. When what he's talking about, stripping somebody naked, is bringing somebody to shame. That's what it means. Nakedness means shame. You know, if you look at it, I saw her nakedness, it means shame. So God has said, otherwise I will strip her nakedness, mean I will bring her to shame and make her as a bear on the day she was born, making her as bare as the day she was born, making her, bringing her to shame, expose her. That's what it means. Expose her. But this stupid idiot would have read this and see sex. Guess what he would? Guess what would have happened to him? He would have. But it sure does stir one's fantasy. It sure does stir one's fantasy. That's what this idiot would see. What a dumb, illiterate donkey. But you see what his brother understand from it. His own Muslim brother is telling him what the verses mean because he did his research.
There's sort of a divorce going on, or this idea that Israel's been an unfaithful wife that has cheated on God. And that's being described here. But why? Because they've done idolatry. So this is
Oh,
sort of...
wow. Can you imagine? But this stupid donkey-ish Muslim could not see that this is talking about idolatry. Idolatry. God is your husband, man. I show it from the verse where the verse says, God is your husband. You know, God is your husband. So when you cheated, when you commit adultery, spiritual adultery, that means you worship another God. You choose another God. That's what it's talking about. But this stupid, naive idiot could not see these things. He's blind. Seeing, they shall not perceive. They will see things that they cannot even perceive. They are seeing it, but they can't understand it. A blind fool, man. Blind fool. If you look at this verse right here, what he says here, blind fool. Even though the language may be graphic, it have meaning to it. So what do we do as Christian? We see past the graphic language and we find the meaning in what God is trying to say. But what does these Abdul do? These Abduls stuck on the graphic language. Look at this. Isaiah 54 verse 5. For your maker is your husband. The Lord Almighty is his name. The Holy One is your Redeemer. He is called the God of the earth. Simple. So if your husband is your maker, when you see the Bible talking about all these stuff, what is it telling you? What is it telling you? That they commit adultery by doing idolatry, by going after false God.
Biblical language that clowns like David Wood don't understand.
So you're saying that clown like David Wood don't understand biblical language. But guess what? Your brother is also a clown because he doesn't, and I'm sure David would understand these things. So this idiot, your brother, is a clown who doesn't understand biblical language. And we will end here because we have accomplished what we believe that we set out to accomplish. So I want to say all praises to the triune God, the God who is above all God, the God who gives us wisdom to make sense of sensible things and to make nonsense of nonsense. And Islam is nothing but nonsense, as these sex-craved bastard has just proven. So we want to say peace out and God bless you all.